everyone, welcome back to the 4th episode of Pentiment. We just finished Act 1, and Act 2 was the execution. Unfortunately, Prior Ferenc was put on the chopping block, and now we're into Act 3, where we return 7 years later, back to Tassing. And I guess I'm picking the background of where I've been in the last 7 years, and it will affect the story. So initially my background was Italy, and now I get to pick basically another culture that I've been entrenched in. So I was thinking if I wanted to go into like the kind of like similar like cousins of art and literature, I would probably go with either one of these. But let's do France. Yeah, let's do France. I spent a few years in France and Burgundy painting portraits and religious paintings for nobles and courtiers. Did you visit Provence? Only briefly for a commission. Why? When King Louis expelled the Jews from the region some years ago, a number chose to convert and remain. So the king taxed them into misery. I wonder if the tax yet persisted. I have no idea. I'm surprised you care at all. Well, I'm not about to leap into a fire to save anyone, but I don't think it's right what happened to them. In spite of your extensive travels and success, you're still not welcome at Cursaw. Oh, they remember that? The Abbott hasn't forgotten what happened. 7 years isn't all that long. Yeah, here, I simply want to pay my respects to an old friend. Surely you understand that. I understand why Father Abbott expelled you from the Abbot. What were you expecting? A hero's welcome? Fine, tell Father Gurnet I'll be staying at the land house in town for a night or two before moving on. The golden hand, I'll tell him, but I can't imagine he'll care. Why is he so rude? God bless you. Now, be off. Oh, and now we're in Act 4. Revolution, June 15th. Oh. I wonder if because the thing that bothered me from the last episode was that the notes, I don't know whether I missed a lot, but it seems like the notes are a really big part of the story, and I wonder if I can find out who wrote them this time. That monk seemed unhappy to see you, Master Andreas. Why is the abbot so angry with you? Toward the end of my stay in Tassing, there was a murder at Kearsaw Abbey, a nobleman. Father Gurnet panicked and accused my friend Brother Piero of committing the crime. I helped convince the investigating archdeacon that another monk was responsible, Prior Ferenc. He was executed for the crime. You got someone killed? It was that or let an innocent man die. That's not much of a choice. Still, I would have been scared. Why didn't you mention it before? Why does he look like a Boy Scout? Well, I suppose it must have been a hard situation about if the abbot is still mad at you. I had to make some difficult choices. Maybe they were the wrong ones. I actually do feel like they were the wrong ones, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't have time to investigate. I've had to live with that. Why did we come here if you're not welcome? I want to pay my respects to Brother Piero. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. The commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each new commission more than the last. Every step I take toward home is agonizing. But Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece in Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy. Let's see. I thought this was my dream. I mean, it's nice to empathize and say, I know it must be hard to believe I was once very much like you. I don't want to say I left hollow. That's depressing. Once I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or if what I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. I want life as an artist to be better for you, Caspar. Learn from my mistakes, all right? This will be remembered. All right, yes, Master Andreas. I shouldn't be burdening you with such dark thoughts, Caspar. Come, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. As you like, Master Andreas. Okay, we're going to visit. The room is sparse compared to what I'm used to. What am I used to? I mean, I look like I'm dressed really well now. Oh, Hannah. New person. Hello, Andreas. How are you enjoying your stay? It's been wonderful, Hannah. Thank you. Oh, good. You're in the best room we have. I'm glad it's to your liking. Was there anything else? No, thank you. Until later. Until then. Oh, I love that there's new places to explore. This must be a new inn, or maybe I just couldn't afford it when I was a starving artist. Okay, that's the meadow. Killian. Good day, Master Maller. Nico? Ah, Master Maller, is it? Hello and welcome to the Golden Hand. I am Nico Berger. I own the land house and run it with my wife, Hannah, and our son, Killian. I believe my boy helped you to your room. Is it to your liking? It's lovely, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. When you arrived in town, one of the locals said you lived here a few years back. Ah, yes, I worked for the Abbey as an artist. Ah, I see. I heard that you were involved in solving a murder. Yes, out of necessity. The wrong man was being accused of the crime, a friend of mine. I heard it was the prior at the Abbey, that the Baron was a sacrifice in some diabolical spell the brother was casting. That twisted. It became fable. He wasn't casting a spell. The Baron wasn't a sacrifice. Where did you hear that? Oh, bits and pieces that people have said here and there. My gosh, the townsfolk like to gossip. It sounds like the story has changed in the last 7 years. I meant no offense, Master Maller. I just find it to be an interesting story. It's not a story. It's something that happened. 2 people died. Oh, of course. Again, I meant no offense. Well, I'll leave you to your day. Until then. Until later. Until then. That's hilarious that, you know, like the town's history became like fables and out of proportion. Samuel. Hello, Andreas. Who are you? I want to know more about you. Okay, let's go find Klaus. I'm so bad with directions. It's Otto! Just do it. You know it's the right thing. I don't understand why this is so hard for you. Otto, I'm scared. It's dangerous to cross the Abbott. Would you prefer their alternative? You don't need to do that, Otto. I understand. I'm just say... Andreas? Andreas Maller! It's good to see you again, old friend. Otto, you're looking well. This is my apprentice, Kaspar Ziegler, from Salzburg. Good day. That answers that. I thought he might be your son. I've only been married 7 years. No, not yet. Eva and I just had our first, little Otto, though we call him Otz. Congrats to you both. That's wonderful news. Thank you. It's been a trial with Dad gone, but Clara and Ursula help out where they can. I'm sorry to hear about your father. That's life. At least he's with the Lord now, free from his aches and pains. I know Eva wrote to you about my father's death, Andreas. Why didn't you write back? There is no excuse. I'm sorry. Things got busy after I left Tassing. Sorry to interrupt, but I should be heading back. Who's this? Yeah. I feel like I should remember your face, but I can't place it. Oh, don't trouble yourself. It's me, Martin. Remember? Oh my gosh, that's Martin? He's grown too. Oh yes, of course. Hello, Martin. Hello, sorry to run, but I have to get these sheep back to the farm. As much as I love whiling away the hours in the meadow, I have a lot to attend to. Otto, I'll see you at the meeting later. Andreas, until later. Until then. Oh crap! I had a thought bubble? See, those thought bubbles kind of pop up very slow. Pain in my ass. What's this about a meeting? You've picked an interesting time to visit. Come by the town commons in a while. I think you'll be interested to hear what I have to say. I was just on my way to see Klaus. Tell him to come too. He's been dragging his feet. Until later. Ooh, I am intrigued. Okay, so we're up here. Near the mill. The many-petaled cinquefoil, it grows easily. Some consider it a weed. Still, I think it has a certain charm. Pet schlau. Oh, kitty. I like that there's a animation to just pet the animals. Oh, achievement unlocked, a regular St. Francis. Okay, we could go to the forest, but let's go find Klaus. I'm trying not to use the map. I'm really, really bad with directions, but you know, I'll figure it out. Oh my gosh, Thomas. And Guy. Andreas, I had heard you were back in Tassing. God bless you. See, they're excited to see me. God bless you, Father Thomas. It's good to see you again. Hopefully this visit will be less eventful than your last. Tassing has enough going on as it is. We have our bonfire for St. John's Eve tomorrow night. People get up to all sorts of mischief. Then it's my job to hear their confessions in the days that follow. Not to mention the grumbling peasants are making. That's just talk, brother. No need to scare our guests with such things. I'm sure if there's trouble, Master Maller will be the first to stick his nose in it. Why are you always such an asshole? No, I'll just say nothing. It's easy enough for you to come and go. You don't have to live with the consequences. After Ferenc was executed, Father Abbott made Matthew the new prior. Ferenc may have been annoying, but Matthew was even worse. Thanks for that. It would have been better for everyone if you had simply allowed Brother Piero to die. No! After all, he only had a few years left anyway. You're a buffoon and a coward who hides behind his habit. Friends, there's no need for such ire. Forgive me, Father Thomas. I let my passions get the better of me. Besides, that's not even why I came down here. Why, I actually came to speak to you about the Abbot's behalf. Oh, on the Abbot's behalf, Andreas. Father Gurnet would like to invite you to come to the library tomorrow morning if you're interested in purchasing some of our books. Is it because I have money now? The Abbot just wants me to run off and now he wants me back? I can't know the mind of the Father Abbot. I just know what he asks. The library is not quite ready yet, as it does not see much use. If you could come by tomorrow morning, Mother Illuminata can show you what's available. Mother Illuminata? Yes, since Mother Cecilia passed a few years ago. That's so sad. How did she die? Peacefully, in her sleep. So tomorrow morning, I'll come by to take a look. Very well, I'll let him know. And Andreas, I apologize for my harsh words before. It was rash. Brother Piero was a pious man and a skilled artist. We miss him. I appreciate you saying that. I miss him too. Excellent. I'm so glad you two were able to work things out. Guy. Oh, Father Thomas, do you have a moment to speak inside the church? Yes, I think so. Why? A private matter. Oh, of course, of course. Until tomorrow. God bless you, Andreas. Ooh. Gosh, a lot has changed. Okay. If I remember, Klaus is this way, actually. You know what? I'm just gonna... my memory is very, very poor. Oh wait, does this restart? Like, who I know? Like, oh, did I forget their faces or something? How fun. Let's just go inside and explore around. It's time for exploration. There's no one here. Oh! Oh, would you look at that, Klaus. Just the man I was looking for. Oh. I don't understand it. Why do they speak upside down? And why is this ellipses? I don't know. Andreas. I'm sorry, Klaus. I know it's been a long time. 7 years. 7 years and nothing from my friend, Andreas. First Bert, then Marie. Just after Magdalene was born. What? My wife always thought highly of you. I can't believe you didn't write back to her after I told you they had passed. What was I doing for 7 years? I'm sorry, I should have written. Yes, you should have. Too late for that now, though. Oh. Boop de bobo. Oh, hello. She speaks normally. She likes you. I mean, normally for a child, it's not that upside down stuff. Your business seems to have grown. What are you printing? The 12 articles. They were originally written by Swabian peasants. How come his eyes are also different? We're demanding changes from their lord. Freedom from serfdom, freedom to hunt and use the woods as God intended, freedom from compulsory labor. Abolition of the inheritance tax, fair appraisal of rent, the return of property to common use and ownership. Bavarian isn't Swabia, but their complaints are just as valid for the peasants of Tassing. This must be what Otto was talking about later. He wanted to bring you along. Yes, he asked. I may come, I may not. The Abbott has been squeezing the peasants for years. Now he's squeezing the townsfolk, and we're pushing back. Their cause is righteous, Andreas. If you haven't seen the Gardners lately, you should visit them. And Otto, had you print these? Yes, why? Well, I didn't think he could read. He can't, but just about everyone else in town can. He speaks, I print, just trying to do my part, I suppose. I'm sorry, I'm still not in the mood for this late reunion. Come back for dinner tomorrow. You should go to the Commons, hear what Otto has to say. It's worth hearing. Of course, I will see you then. Be good while we're gone, Magdalene. Will you be good? Gab gab garoo. Oh, I didn't eat with anyone. Paying respects, a cold reunion. Okay, let's go to the Commons then. So many people. Everyone listen. We all know why we're here. Nothing I'm going to say will be a surprise. Nothing I'm going to say hasn't already been spoken behind closed doors, whispered to your neighbors. Nothing I'm going to say is untruthful. So it's time we start saying it openly. Year after year, the Abbey has found new ways to tax the peasants. Piece by piece, the Abbey has taken away our rights to use God's forest to support our families. Law after law gets heaped upon us, restrictions on how we can pay rent, limits on where we can move, who we can wed. And now the death tax, which once claimed only our best animals and garments, takes half our estate. No consideration for widows, no consideration for children. What about the town council, the Rathos? Surely that's a sign that the Abbot wishes to share his power, to listen to our grievances. You have a good heart, Ulrich. You always want to see the best in people, but no. The council is a way for the Abbot to divide us, to pit a favored new against the many. This is not charity, no. Only greed and desperation drive Father Gurnet. You think that if the Abbot could, he'd steal a dead man's soul from heaven itself. And when we protest, what did Father Gurnet do? He locked the shrine of St. Moritz. He won't allow the people of this town, the farmers of this land, to pray before the relic. Now, when we most need the intercession of our saint, the Abbot has shut us out. Father Gurnus' actions aren't just. They aren't Christian. We've endured this abuse for too long. It's time. We let the abbot know we won't take it anymore. Too right. Hear, hear. Yes. This has to stop. Let's fix this. Stop this foolish. This is foolish. I mean, soldiers already patrolling nearby towns. If you push against the Abbey, you'll incur the Duke's wrath. You could get the town razed and everyone killed. Hannah's right. The Duke is a powerful force in Bavaria. You're playing a dangerous game, Otto. You lot are no match for trained soldiers. If you don't relent, you'll be ground into dust like the Swabian peasants. We could always grind you up instead, Lenhart. They might be right if there are already soldiers about. I don't know about this. I have to look out for it. We must stand with what's right. God is on our side. Don't be shy. Speak up if you have cause. We won't be overrun. The peasants of Salzburg were able to take the city and have their cause heard. If the people can get the Archbishop of Salzburg to listen to them, then we can do the same with the abbot. Master Andreas, do you think my family in Salzburg is all right? I don't know, Caspar, but we can find out. All right. Enough is enough. We can't stand by while the abbot continues treating us poorly. You know, I agree with him, but the consequences will be quite great. People all over Swabia are taking back their God-given rights. Why shouldn't we do the same? A righteous cause. Martin's right. We deserve better. We can do this. Well spoken, Martin. Everyone ought to consider what he said. Martin has proved dependable these last few years. He's no longer a thief. But if the words of men can't persuade you, perhaps a sign from a greater power will. The abbot may have locked us out of the saint's shrine, but God has shown me that he is with us. I think that's all I should say for now. Thank you all for coming. Good day, Andreas. Clara, it's been too long. It's lovely to see you again. Hello, Andreas. I'm surprised to see you after your long absence from Tassing. At this rate, we thought we'd never see you again. Oh. Oops, sorry, that was my alarm. Oh. Hello, Ava, all these years and you're looking as lovely as ever. Andreas, please, that's enough. I'm married now. Of course, I apologize for being so forward. I had to. I had a hedonist background. No harm done. Ah, you found the Gardners. Your speech was very rousing, Otto. I swear they get better each time. I hope the Duke doesn't catch word of this, Otto. The town could suffer for it. We're past the point of caring, Malor. If you were in our position, you'd understand that. You're right. It's not my place to judge. I'm just concerned. It's appreciated, but we know the risks. Otto, did you really see a sign from God? Is that true? It is, Andreas. I swear. Come talk to me later. I'll tell you what I can, all right? Anyway, Andreas, you and yours should come by the house for supper. We'd be delighted to have you. That sounds wonderful. We'll be there. Clara. Gosh, it's just skipping forward. Okay, so I guess we should go to the Gardners' house. For supper. Gardner farm. Let's see how they're doing. Are any of them outside? Nope, doesn't look like it. I wonder what happened to ill Peter. Oh, he's here. Hey, Clara. Hello again, Andreas. We're about to sit down for supper. Care to join? Oh, it would be my pleasure. It's truly a blessing to have everyone back again, if only briefly. Keep an eye on that boy of yours, Andreas. See that he minds how much he takes. Young boys eat too goddamn much. Peter, stop that. Andreas is our guest. Why don't you lead us in grace? Fine. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to see from your bounty. We pray for your beloved Christine, gone now these many years. Please help me protect my family in these difficult times. Through Christ our Lord, amen. 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 Master Andreas, why are we the only ones with bread? You know, it's kind of sad seeing like everyone I dine with, you can see their level of poverty here, and then there's like the what do you call it, the nobleman's wife, and it was such a nice spread. Even the church had a nicer spread than this. The Gardners can't afford a lot of bread. They're being polite. Andreas, it's so good to have you at our table again. And with another guest. Is this young man your assistant? Kaspar, yes, he's my apprentice. Oh, that would explain why I saw him writing in that little journal. I remember you did the same thing when you lived here. Oh gosh. Pottage. Rye bread. Let's eat the bread first. Do you still draw in your journal, Andreas? I've been trying to spend more time on the land. It's hard to be in touch with God's splendor in a city like Nuremberg. Oh my gosh, I keep clicking the names of the places. Mom said you know a lot about the proper names for birds and trees and things. Oh, was that an actual cough or like a be quiet child? How nice that you have the time. And we toil all day. That despicable Abbott is starving us all while he sips on his sacramental fucking wine. Lay off him, Dad. He's only just got here. I want cheese now. How have the fates been treating you these last few years? Okay, maybe they're sick. The Lord is testing us with another hard season, I'm afraid. That's one way to say it. Been miserable as shit all around. Okay, they're sick. Maybe you should be resting, Grandpa. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna do it sitting up at my own goddamn table. The whole family's been ill, Andreas, Peter, his father, and Ursula, with an Og, and me as well. Clara lost a child in childbed a year ago. Do you have any idea what the cause might have been? Andreas. It's all right, Veronica. Agnes suggested it might have been a fright I was given during the flood. She was nearly swept away in the flood, then the child came early. Agnes tried her best to save him, but he had a deformity of the skull and didn't live long. It was monstrous. Monstrous? Peter! Surely, this child is with the Lord now. Wait. Don't think about it, just keep the conversation going. You're already thinking about it. Please, leave me alone just for a while. Alright, just for a while. Gosh, my mind people. The Lord doesn't seem to look our way any longer. That's why it's time for us to take matters into our own hands. We're eating, not at the table. He's right. You think? Please, can we not talk about this now? George here was married while you were away, Andreas. My condolences. It's not like that, Andreas. Veronica and I are happy. Happy-ish. It's been a couple of springs, but I'm still not used to being married. Congratulations, George. I'm happy for you. Thanks, Andreas. It's been our one blessing in a dark season. With children soon to come, I hope. That awkward laughing. What? I don't get it. Oh, this poor child is so sick. Do you... Oh, forget it, Ursula. What have you been up to, Andreas? Whew. What should I say? My life seems so far from theirs now. Don't leave them waiting. I can't think of anything. Nothing but my miserable little problems. They'll think you're rude if you don't say something. I don't want to say I've spent a fortune when they clearly don't have that. And then saying I'm miserable, but patrons are paying. So we'll say that, well, I've been so busy with Kaspar's apprenticeship, I've never had any time to myself. Okay, that seems to level them a bit. Better not have any children then. I do my best to be— oh, did I just throw Kaspar under the bus? Oh no. Ursula, maybe you should excuse yourself and rest. You're sick. But Mom, I'm still hungry. Here, Ursula, you can have my— what a sweet boy. It's not fair that nobody else has any bread besides Master Andreas and me. Stop. Ursula, give it back to him. Oh, what? But he chose to. I'm not going to have people in this town saying we can't feed our goddamn guests. Besides, we all have work to get back to, don't we? Good. This is so sad. Time to get back to it, Andreas. We'll see you and your boy later. My apologies, Peter. We don't mean to overstay our welcome. It's all right, Andreas. He's just in a bad mood. It was lovely to see you again. He's so cantankerous. Yes, thank you for coming, Andreas. Will you be staying at St. John's Eve? I think so. Good. Hopefully we'll see you later. Until then... am I just gonna go straight to sleep? Yeah. Okay, let's take a look, because there is literally nothing to do but go to sleep. Okay. The new mystery will make itself known soon. And if I remember correctly, where I'm staying is towards the meadows. That's out here, probably. The sin of Saul, the sin of Saul. Master, did you hear that? It sounded like someone crying out. I think it's Sister Amelie. She's a mystic. She may be having one of her visions. Sister Amelie, are you all right? The Philistines, this is the hand of God. Compline, Compline. Sister, is something happening at Compline? Compline? It's Compline right now. I don't know how to pronounce this. No! What's going on? Sister? Sister Amelie? You're the artist, Andreas. You remember me? Yes, you were here when the Baron was killed. You've changed. In more ways than one. The complexities and difficulties of the outside world are why I'm glad you're glad to be in here. I can see and hear the world spinning around me, but I'm not part of it. The cell gives me peace and isolation. I need to feel God's presence. And in the stillness of the storm of the world, a storm sometimes rouses in my soul. I wish Father Thomas were here. Would you like Kaspar to go get him? If he could, yes, his house is just around the corner. Kaspar, run and get Father Thomas. Yes, Master Andreas. Your son? My apprentice, Kaspar Ziegler from Salzburg. He seems eager to please you. He's quite enthusiastic, yes. I have little knowledge of the workings of masters and apprentices. Oh, we get to see inside. My world is one of spirit decoupled from the march of life and death. I see and hear your world turning from this little window, but they are merciful, these small glimpses. Mercifully small. The cell allows me to contemplate mysteries without noise of the outside world polluting my thoughts. Your world is the world of normal lives and normal thoughts. It can be difficult to hear the divine, much less make sense of it. I have no will to be part of that world. I strive to have no will at all, but to subordinate myself to the will of God. When my will is His will, He graces me with visions, confusing thoughts they may be. Confusing though they may be. That's a weird thing to say, to join your will to be intimate. But you know what? Sure. To be intimate with Jesus as though He were your wedded husband. That's a bold thing to say, Master Maller. Oops. Where did you hear that? I read it in a book written by an English mystic. I had someone make a translation for me. I'm glad you have an interest in spiritual matters, but these are not words to speak lightly nor ideas to speak lightly of. The revelations we experience can be terrifying to us, and those who witness us experience them. They are not dreams, but waking visions of great divine forces. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm not offended. But it is difficult for us to communicate these experiences through the written word. Sister, what is that hole in the ground? My grave? What? What? I dug it before Father Thomas read me my funeral rites before I was enclosed here. I dig a little more in it each day. Most people find it shocking, but this is my devotion, my vocation. Once someone finds their calling, they must answer it fully. What? That is so dark. Why? She's living next to her grave. Her entire life is like 5 feet from her grave. Was a calling to a cloistered life not enough? No, I thought it might be, but as you yourself have learned, the cloistered life is not so cloistered. The butting of temporal world against the spiritual world is like a flint against steel. Sparks are inevitable. Is your calling in question, Andreas? Is your life? Well, I think that's normal for everyone. They always question their life. Both, I think. I've lost my love. My love for art, love for family, love for anything. The last 7 years has been hard. It was all too much for me. Don't lose hope, Andreas. The human heart is no small thing. It can hold so much. Goodness, she lives a really, really dark life. Andreas, thank you for sending Gaspar. She asked for you. Are you all right, Sister Amelie? Yes, Father. I may have had another vision. I remember little of it. Master Mallory and his apprentice heard nothing specific. That is unfortunate, but I'm glad you are all right. Andreas, Gaspar, could you excuse us? We appreciate your help, but I must tend to her now in the church. Of course, Father. Good evening. God bless you both. Dang it, I thought this would be the turning point where we find out, like, mystery. Master Andreas, I'm confused. What did all that mean? I'm not sure, but the last time I heard Sister Amelie have a vision, it was just before the Baron was murdered. What? Do you think could Sister Amelie be receiving warnings? That's too simple an explanation. There are layers and layers to divine messages. No revelation with real power or prophecy could be understood plainly. The meaning must be hidden or implied. Sounds complicated. Come, Gaspar, let's retire for the evening. The second vision. We will think upon this. Oh, I want to see some of these flowers. I've been missing a couple of them. I want to see what some of them are. Did I look at what this one was? It uses time in almost all the Abbey's cooking. Maybe it grows so easily because it grows so easily here. I think I've seen this one already. Yeah. So that's a charm. Alright, we'll go to bed. If I see more, I'm going to see what other plants there are growing around here. Just because it's part of my trait. Is there anyone downstairs here we can talk to? Or look at? Oh, is that guy still here? Oh, no, he's retired for the evening. Like everyone else. Goodness, everyone really just goes to bed, huh? Okay, time to go to bed. It's getting late. I should get some rest. See, why stay awake? There's like no point. Can't go anywhere, can't talk to anyone, can't do anything. Ooh, I get up late. I used to get up so early. Meet Illuminator at the library. Let us do that then. Did you drop this, Caspar? No, I don't think so, Master. It's a note! The script looks beautiful, Master Andreas. Did you write that? You were warned. They warned us never to return, and here we are. Warned, what does that mean? Warned about what? It has to do with the murder that happened the last time I was here. How? I thought they caught the murderer. Yes, but it's complicated. Let's just head up to the library, Caspar. All right, Master. Whoever killed him is still here, clearly. Those are the notes. See, I said that those notes, they bother me. Oh, let's say hi to Hannah. Hello, Master Maller. I just like to say hi to everyone. Let's say hi to this boy. Killian. Good day, Master Maller. Hello? Is the guy... Can I talk to Samuel more? I don't know who he is. Hello. Okay, or not. Alright, let's go up to the church. Even if we're not really supposed to be there. We're just going to the cloistered house anyways. What a stunning collection of wildflowers. They all grow so plentifully in the meadow. Oh, I want to see who's in the forest. Maybe we can see the shrine if there's any changes. Sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather today. Brother Wojslav used time in almost all... Okay, yeah. Smokey's house. Smokey, hey! Oh, hey, Master Mallard. You're looking well. Thank you, Smokey. How are you? I'm well enough, I guess. Václav went his way a few years ago, which I suppose was bound to happen. I miss the company sometimes, but now there's no one to keep me from my gossip. No one to tell it to either. Have I missed much? The things I could tell you since you left Tassing. We'd be here till Kingdom Come. Oh, I did see another Imperial Reichspost courier ride from the Abbey a few days ago. Brother guy dropped the bag once. It looked heavy. The Abbey must be doing better than the Abbott is letting on. Does this happen often? Once or twice a month. Odd with what the Abbott has been saying about the Abbey struggling. Doesn't help that the Abbott has tightened the restrictions so close to St. John's Eve, though. The townsfolk get up to all sorts of mischief then. Ha, I remember those days. I'd wager Johan and Kat will find some corner to play in again. It's practically tradition at this point. Veronica and Brigitte might go out for a midnight dip by the waterfall too. They've been swimming out there for years. Now everyone's getting clever trying to stay out of the Abbott's eye. Rightly so, he's an ass. I didn't see you in the town commons during Otto's speech. Aren't you standing with the peasants? Well, their cause doesn't really affect me, does it? I'm as worried as anyone about soldiers rushing through here, but the new taxes and restrictions don't bother me. I understand why they're upset, but I've been doing fine out here with less than what they have. Nothing will change me if they get their way. Nothing will change for me. You could still support them. I don't want to get involved. I'm fine as I am. I don't blame you. It can get very risky. Supporting them would be the proper Christian thing to do, I guess. But when have any of them done the Christian thing for me? The Christian way is to help without expecting anything in return. It's the giving that counts. Easy for men of means to be benevolent. All I want is fairness, decency. I've given them my work for years, but they refuse to treat me right. They mock me for my blind faith since I have to keep a constant eye on the kiln for days on end and can't go to church as often. They laugh at the way I stink. I can't help that, you know. Hence, one must be even stronger of heart to forgive them their follies. I'm not sure I have that in me. Well, enough of that. Thanks for stopping by, Master Maller. Until later, Smokey. Until then. And he left a flower. Oh, squirrel. Alright, let's see if the shrine and the waterfall look any different. Wonder if we can find something. Oh my gosh, with Father Gardner's new restrictions, the townfolk can't even gather sticks without a fee? It's just sticks, man. Saint Satya is still here. The Shrine of Satya, I mean, is still there. Let's see what's in the waterfall. Okay, same. But maybe the grave in the old salt mine has something different. The gravestone Lucky left flowers at. Okay, it's still the same. So not much has changed in 7 years other than like visual. I guess what happened between people it changes, but the town itself kind of just remained. Meadow. And then from the meadow, I wonder who the ghost was to the lower Abbey. Oh, the horses are gone. Anyone staying in the guest house? Okay, that's the Abbott's house. And then we head up to the library. Oh, hey, Guy. Andreas. Brother Guy, what are you doing out here? Father Gernot asked me to inform the townsfolk that the shrine is closed. What? With everything going on, whatever. You can't close the shrine of St. Moritz. This is like the founder, right? Father Abbott has ordered it, Andreas. I must follow his commands. The relic is safe inside the church, and we won't stop the pilgrims from visiting, but it's off limits to townfolk. Why? The Abbot has had enough of the peasants and townsfolk rebelling against the Abbey. He is their rightful lord. The Abbot has been more than generous, but he will not let his 12 articles drivel pass. The Abbot refuses to leave the relic at risk of destruction. The hands of St. Moritz is the only thing keeping the Abbey open. So this is about money? No, I think it's also about rebelling, so that would be silly to say. But Tassing relies on St. Moritz just as much as the Abbey. Let's appeal to his faith. What about the faith of the townsfolk? Then they can stop engaging in such heretical and sinful behavior. The Abbot is trying to protect the relic, nothing more. No one wants to destroy the hand of St. Moritz, Guy. The Abbot is a cruel man, and you're no better defending him. I will do my duties as my vows and my lord command me, Andreas. God bless you. Ever, this guy's a jerk. Gonna go check on the women here and see how they are. Margaret! Hello, who's there? Hello, Sister Margaret. It's Andreas Maller. Oh, Master Maller, Mother Illuminata said you'd returned. Is there someone else with you? Yes, my apprentice, Gaspar. Hello. God bless you, Gaspar. You smell even more of paint than your master. Sister Margaret is blind. She relies on her other senses, Gaspar. Oh, thank you? You're so funny. Anyway, I should go. Mother Illuminata doesn't like it when we're distracted from our duties. Of course, until later, sister. God bless you, Master Maller, and you too, Gaspar. Let's see, maybe she's in here. I can just like walk into her home. Oh. Feverfew. It always smells so fresh. Sister Gertrude is wise to have some in the garden. I wonder if we can go in here now. No, it's still locked. If only I were a woman. Tassing is lucky to have such much woundwort naturally growing. I have to buy it back in Nuremberg. Ew, there's flies everywhere. The many-petaled cinquefoil. It grows easily. Some consider it a weed. Okay, it's the same as the one outside. Mousefanger, you're still around. You old cat, you. Cute. It's nice to see Mousefanger still there. Now let's see if I remember the way to the library. The right way to the library. I think near the scriptorium, but I didn't see an access. Other than... So it is the scriptorium. Okay. The church, Old Bailey, scriptorium. I wonder if Matthew's here. Oh. Hello, Rudiger. Andreas, it's been wonderful to see you again. How have things been for you in Nuremberg? I've actually been in Paris recently. Nuremberg is the same as it always is. Well, good to see you in any case. Forgive me for asking, but how did you find the music in Paris? Beautiful. Motets and chansons were quite popular. I think you'd quite like it. I believe I would, thank you. Perhaps if God blesses us, we may see some of those compositions before long. I love our music, of course, but I am interested in what is being created across Christendom. I suppose you came to pay your respects to Brother Piero. I'm sorry, Andreas. He was a wonderful man and a faithful servant of Christ. That he was. He was my friend and teacher. Well, despite the occasion, it's good to see you again. God bless you, Andreas. I don't know how much I could record today because, I'm a little sick, so my voice is going to start cracking. Master Maller. Brother Matthew, how have you been? Prior Matthew now, since shortly after Faring met his end. I am well, thank you. Well, I will not bother you with questions about your life and career. It's clear you have done well for yourself. Of course, I'm sorry about Brother Piero. I know you work closely in the scriptorium. He is missed by us all. I wish I had returned in time to see him. I'm sorry. Lord willing, we will all see each other again someday. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must return to my duties. God bless you, Andreas. Okay, Old Bailey. Hey, Doc. Hello, who's this? It's me, Andreas' brother, Adoc. Andreas Maller. Oh, Andreas, the fine young artist from Nuremberg. Not quite so young anymore, brother. No, you are still young. When you were last here, I thought I was old. I was wrong. Now I feel the true measure of years on these bones. Like the waves of the wild sea on the cliffs of Porthkragen, time has worn me down. But enough of that. How have you been, Andreas? I've been well, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. You seem more at ease now than when I was last here. Do I? It may be so. I may have worked in the scriptorium beyond the limits of this body. It pained my joints and strained my brotherly love for Guy. The scriptorium took my sight and the use of my hands, but when it closed, it also took the pain from my heart. The scriptorium is closed. The abbot is content to let me serve the Lord through prayer and contemplation, and so it also contents me. I'm sorry, Andreas, but I must rest now. It's good to hear your voice at Cursaw again. God bless you. God bless you, Brother Adoc. Aww. Should I go in? This is Matthew's house. I wonder if he left anything... Oh, there's nothing juicy in here for me. Let's see if I can enter the scriptorium. Looks like I can. Oh gosh. Everything's put away. The scriptorium fell into disrepair quickly after Father Gernot closed the library. Zdena? Greetings, Master Maller. Hello, Sister Zdena. You're looking like a real artist now. I'm impressed. You must be living like a lord. Why do I have to be so down? Okay, is it like the artist thing? Like, I'm miserable. I'm overburdened. Not particularly. I had to travel all over for my patrons. It's been difficult with the revolts. It's all negative. But... okay. How dreadful. At least you can get mud on your shoes from beyond a single courtyard. Why don't you like living at Cursaw, sister? I'm not like you, Andreas. I never chose this life. Oh, my family couldn't marry me off to anyone of higher rank, so they donated to the Abbey? She is a donation? What in the hell? The amount was substantial enough for the oh, okay. Well, she's part of the donation to take me in as a nun. I was forced to take the habit. I loved my life before Cursaw. At least you chose your vocation. I was shoved into mine and forgotten. And here you are, muttering as though you aren't the most successful person in Tassing right now. Oh my gosh. I have no idea, I'm sorry. You're lucky to have the life you do, Andreas Maller. You men can become whatever you like, while I, a woman of noble birth, is forever stuck to sit with crones and old men. I've accepted a lot these past years, but I can't ever be as perfect as Illuminata. Still, it's better than it was. I should return to my duties. Thank you for speaking to me, Andreas Maller. Until later, Sister Sedena. That is really tragic. Her family couldn't marry her off, so she's here? She looks young still. Illuminata. God bless you, Andreas. It's been too long. I know Father Abbott made it clear you were not to return when you left, but we had hoped to hear from you. Yes, my apologies. You're right, of course. It's good to see you again, Mother Illuminata. This is my apprentice, Kaspar Ziegler from Salzburg. God bless you, Mother Superior. God bless you, young Kaspar. Master Maller? Sister Zidane? Okay, we just said hi to each other outside, but okay. I'm sorry to have you see it in such a state. It sees very little use these days. What happened? After Baron Rothvigel's murder, we had fewer and fewer wealthy patrons. The small number that held out lost interest. It's easier to commission new work from the Guild of St. Luke or individual masters in big cities like Nuremberg. Father Gurnet saw no reason to keep the scriptorium or library open. Most of the books here have been suffering of neglect. After Mother Cecilia's death, neither I nor Sister Zenita, I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm just calling it Zadina, had the time to maintain our inventory. That's terrible. Curacao was one of the last monastic scriptoria in Bavaria. And I clicked Bavaria. Whoops. As Brother Piero was fond of saying, all things change in time. Now, all that remains are books for sale to interested parties, a task that Father Gurnet has entrusted to me. Why is she mad about this? And Sister Zidina, of course. Well, I'm eager to look through your inventory. Master Andreas, maybe you could find a book for little Magdalene, something that's not in print yet. Excellent idea, Kaspar. Alright, let's go. I like how they now really have this open. Read. Parzival, perhaps Klaus would not object to this romance given its emphasis on Christian virtues. The German is a little dated, but I'm sure she'll figure it out with Klaus's help. Who knows, maybe it will inspire her imagination. Did we take that? I think we took that. Maybe there's like one book per level that we can look at. Read. I think these are Latin translations of some of Origen's homilies. Origen. A prolific first-century ascetic and theologian best known for his exegetical writings and homilies influenced the development of the Trinity and the ransom theory of atonement. Probably not a great gift for a young... Wait. This is the same bookhand as the notes I found when the Baron was murdered. Whoever wrote this is responsible for writing these notes. I need to ask Illuminata about this. Ah, the burned book. Okay, wait, there's more. A copy of Jacobus de Voragine's Golden Legend. Every good Christian should know the legends of the saints, and the Latin is simple enough that she should be able to read it before long. Oh, Richard de Bury's Philobiblon is a text on the collection and preservation of books. Maybe this is where Illuminata and Cecilia learned all their tricks. Certainly a good book for a printer's daughter. Oop. I did not mean to click that, my bad. I wonder if there's still the records book here. Oh, maybe. That was it, wasn't it? Albert Magnus's De Animalibus. It's ostensibly a bestiary, but it contains so much more knowledge on a variety of topics. This could inspire an interest in animals and the natural world. Beautiful illustrations as well. I guess I'm purchasing all these books and just being like, hey, Illuminata, You happen to know who made this copy here? Just, beautiful handwriting. And then she'll be like, it was me. Have you decided on any books to purchase? Yes, just one. Oh gosh, which one do I like to buy? The Animal Interest, I should buy this one for the printer's daughter. Who's Parzival anyways? Retelling of the Arthurian here. Oh, okay, it's Arthurian. This one, the Philobiblon. Yes, I suppose we will no longer have need of such a book at Cursaw. I hope it serves you well. This will be a gift for Klaus Drucker's daughter, Magdalene. Then may it serve her well. Is there anything else you need? Yes, Mother Illuminata. What do you know about this book? I don't know anything. This is the first time I've seen it. Where did you find it? I've seen it in one of the lower shelves. I don't think it was in our catalog. It's burned around the edges. Why? How can I find out where it came from? Who wrote it? If it's not in our catalog, I'm afraid I don't know whom you could ask. If it was a recent addition, the only people who would know are Mother Cecilia and Father Matthias. Right. That's a shame because whoever scribbled this book wrote the letters I found while investigating the Baron's murder. The ones in the fine bookhand, Brother Adolf told me about them. Perhaps he knows something about this book. He's been here longer than any of us. Why would the person who wrote the letters have scribed a book in our library? Well, that's the question. Whoever did it is the thread puller. Huh? Someone who is manipulating people at Cursaw and Tassing, pulling all the threads to provoke someone into killing the Baron. I thought one of the brothers killed the Baron. He did, but the Baron was lured to the chapter house by someone who knew Cursaw and Tassing's secrets. Well, I'm afraid we can't be of any more help to you in determining the book's provenance. However, as it's not in our catalog and it's already damaged, I doubt Father Abbott would mind if you kept it. Excellent, thank you. I'm glad someone bothered to save it from the flames. We should go ask Adolf. But we have to eat with the Druckers and give the book. Let's see if Father Adolf is outside. I doubt he will be, but worth a look-see, because we're going that way anyways. Nope, he's not here. He must be exhausted. He's probably in the chapter house, actually. Let's go through here. Not in the chapter house, the refectory. Refectory is probably, yeah, here, refectory. Lucas? God bless you, Master Maller. God bless you, Brother Lucas. How have you been? Still working in the kitchen? Yes, I'm still assisting Brother Wojslav. I've been making more complex dinners recently for Father Gurnet. The rest of the brothers eat simpler fare, but the Abbot has the privilege of foods from around the world. Why does the Abbot need such fancy food? Well, he's the Abbot. Father Wojslav says the Abbot always gets the best. He says Father Matthias was odd because he ate the same food as the rest of the brothers. I don't mind it though. I've been learning a lot of new ways of cooking recently. Oh, what are you cooking now? Oh, Brother Wojslav sent me to collect something for him, but I can't remember what it was. Something from the cellar, perhaps? Probably. There's so much in there though. Maybe if I bring back a few onions, he'll be happy. We always need more onions. I'll leave you to it then. This Abbot, maybe he did it. Hey, Doc. Is that you, Andreas? Yes, brother, I have a book I want to ask you about. Oh, I'm afraid I may not be of much help. I can barely read anymore. I can describe it to you. It's a book of origins. Homily is written in a fine bookhand, and it's singed around the edges. Yes. You know it? Do you know where it came from? Who wrote it? Andreas, forget this book. What? Why? It came from a place of fire in a terrible darkness. What does that mean? This cover, these leaves, they bear the marks of great evil that was done. A soul can also bear such marks, carry them for a lifetime. Whose soul? The person who wrote the book? There is a presence that watches over this place, Andreas. A presence that wishes for things to remain as they are. Sister Margaret told me that before the Baron was murdered, she smelled the devil's presence at Kersal. Is that what you mean? I cannot say anymore, Andreas, I'm sorry. No, you can't tell me anymore? I dare not, for your own good, God protect you. What? You as well, brother. They're afraid. God bless you, Andreas. Garnet. Volkbert. Oh, Master Andreas, it's been so long. Good to see you, Brother Volkbert. How are you? I am well. I'm a monk now. Brother Lucas, too. I still do the same work, but now I have the same robes as other brothers. Has the abbot been treating you well? Yes, he has. The work is hard, but I am happy. That's good to hear. I'll leave you to her work, brother. God bless you, Mr. Andreas. Is Voislav? God bless you, Andreas. Welcome back to Kersal. What brings you back to the Abbey? Pay my respects to Brother Piero on the way. Of course, his grave is well kept, I assure you. Thank you, Brother Voislav. I'm glad to hear it. Will you be staying in Tassing long enough for the St. John's Eve festival? It may be simple compared to those in the cities, but everyone in Tassing looks forward to it. Really, Master Andreas, can we? Never one to miss a party. Yes, thank you, Master. I'm sure it's quite quaint compared to what you've been used to, but it's one of Tassing's biggest events. Anyways, I better get back to work. It's good to see you again, Andreas. God bless you. And God bless you, Brother Voislav. Oh my gosh, my voice is starting to go. When the brothers eat their meals, this is where the lector... Oh yeah. Ridiger... Florian! Andreas Maller, how wonderful to see you. Have you been well? Well enough. Everyone is so welcoming. Good. You look healthy. What brings you back here? Okay, I want to pay my respects to Brother Piero. Of course, I'm sorry, Andreas. I know it's a small consolation, but he lived a long life with little pain, and he died quite suddenly during Lauds. He was well loved by everyone here, even those who might pretend otherwise. I'm sure he appreciates the gesture. As for your visit, I cannot speak with Abbott's authority, but you are always welcome company. Quanto è buono il tuo italiano? How good is your Italian? E non è troppo male. It's not too bad. I've been reading every Italian medical text Klaus Drucker can get his hands on. I probably butchered that Italian, but whatever. Really? How many is that? Oh, I have counted, but many. I haven't counted. Leon Niceno's text on the French disease, which might have been helpful for the Baron all those years ago. The Fasciculus Medicanae, a new printing from Venice, wonderful woodcutters. Oh, the flower of medicine from Salerno. Do you know they've translated into Hebrew, Alcaten? Imagine that. Imagine a peasant in the fields of Provence reading the medical wisdom of Salerno. Imagine a Polish mercenary doing it. I don't need to imagine it. What a wonder these books are. I got carried away. Anyways, it's good to see you, Andreas. Until later. Until then. Right. Time to head to the Druckers for lunch. What an easy life this noble life is. I'm just going around having lunch and dinner with people. Oh wait, why did I go in here? Although I haven't really explored this area, have I? It's the church. Oh, that's it? Okay. Alright, Lower Abbey, and let's go to the Druckers. If only there was quick travel. But I don't mind, the scenery is beautiful. Pet Schlau again. Every time I come across the pets, I must pet. Always pet. Alright. The Druckers should be right across this little church. Oh, hi, Thomas! And they should be here, Drucker House. Magdalene. Bah. Oh my god, Klaus. You're back, good. We're almost ready to sit down to eat. Would you and Kaspar care to join us? Of course, thank you, Klaus. Welcome back, Andreas Kaspar. Andreas, these are my friends, Benjamin and Rachel Summerfield. They're on their way back to Prague. Good day. Hello, excuse me for not getting up. It's a bit difficult. Of course, I understand. It's nice to meet you both. Hello. Buffed. Hello. That sounded like a real word, Klaus. She's learning more of them every day. She'll be reading before long. That's a wonderful segue to the gift that I brought her. Oh? Consider it a small apology. A book from the Abbey library. Is this for her or for you? Her, I swear. Philobiblion, this looks like something I could use. As long as you give it to her when you're done. Of course. Thanks for this. It's a nice thought. I should probably pray before we eat, assuming the Summerfields don't mind. Not at all. We're accustomed to being guests in Christian homes. Thank you for asking, Klaus. All right, I'll lead the prayer then. Bless us, O Lord, these I guess, and we are about to receive from your bounty, through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. They really include that every time we eat. It gives you like that real sense of the times, though. Klaus, thank you again for letting us stay here. It's been such a long trip. Oh, is it time? No, I'm fine. I think I'm just sore everywhere. Anyways, we hope to get home weeks ago, but the fighting has made it slow progress from Basel. Basel? Is your home in Prague? Oh my god. Stop clicking on those. Yes, we run a print shop there. Have you ever been to Bohemia? Unfortunately, no. I've been in France for most of the past few years. Wonderful. Unfortunately, we've never made it that far. The standing order against Jews living in the kingdom makes it markedly less appealing. Well, you're all welcome here. Tassing hasn't seen this many artists under one roof in a while. It's amazing to see how far printing has come so quickly. Some of the engravings I've seen are incredible. And new techniques, new types, new styles are being developed every year. Benjamin is trying to create a more readable script of Yiddish. We have typefaces for Hebrew, but it would be nice to have something separate for Yiddish. How novel. Is there much demand for that? Yes, most prayer books are still in Hebrew, not Yiddish. I'd like our writing to be more accessible, especially to those who only read Yiddish. Here, something like this. I'll be sure to send you some samples when I'm finished, Klaus. Good, I like the... Oof. Oh, it's time. Yes, I'm fine. Klaus, what are you working on? I need to get ready to sell to travelers as the pass is open, but lately I've been printing the 12 articles for town. 12 articles. Thanks to Father Thomas, everyone in town can read at least well enough to make it through that sheet. It's got a lot of people talking, and a lot are coming over to Otto's way of thinking. Well, you've heard him yourself, Andreas. What do you think of what's happening in Tassing? The Abbott's always been an ass. What do you expect? You're not wrong. Remember what happened to Attilia's house? The Abbott took it away. She lost everything. She works for Father Thomas now. She what? Well, I knew that, though. She was I was as surprised as you are now. We all were, but that was the only charity available to her. Sorry for not trying to bring up bad memories. I was just trying to say that things have been hard on the peasants for years. It's just gotten worse lately. If the Abbey is in such a bad state, there must be someone the Abbey can appeal to for more money. Who, the Pope? The Duke of Bavaria may lend him military aid, but money is unlikely. Well, then it's the Abbott's problem to fix. The peasants don't need to bear the brunt of it. Oh my gosh, apple pie, white bread. Oh my gosh, all of this looks good. Let's start with the pottage. We're sympathetic to what's happening here. We saw it all throughout Swabia. Peasants are suffering. It is true, but I worry about what will happen in Tassing. Oh, I'm fine. Peasants are no match for the soldiers of the Swabian League. What is the Swabian League? I have no idea. A military group. Maybe they are mercenary soldiers for hire. They rally for coin, not for cause. We can't speak to their motives as we tried to stay far from them, but they were intimidating even at a distance. If the peasants aren't careful, Tassing could draw the wrong sort of attention. I know that, Otto, and the peasants are taking a risk, but I believe Otto will keep things peaceful. Anyways, it's not Swabian League we have to worry about, but the soldiers of the Duke of Bavaria. Bavaria. The Prince Bishop has the church's authority, but the Duke's lands surround Tassing and Kearsarge. It's better to say that you're sorry without an excuse. It's better to just say, Klaus, I'm sorry for what happened to your family, and I'm sorry I never wrote back. That's the best way to apologize. That's it. I'm sorry. Ow! Oh, this is it. See? This is it. Oh no, I was afraid of this. We can't travel now. This is all my fault. We should have left Bast's cell earlier. I love you, Benjamin, but be quiet. I don't care. I need help. Yes, we need a midwife. Is there one who would accept Rachel? Okay. The option is here. And I did pick this background. Why offer up 2 other doctors when this is my background? I have some medical experience. Have you ever delivered a child? Technically, no. So actually, no. All right. Who else is there? Well, I offered, okay? The midwife is probably better than doctor. I mean, I don't know. It's just that they do this all the time. The midwife. Could you get her? Klaus? Yes, I should get her. Agnes has delivered every child in Tassing as long as I can remember. She would never turn any woman away. Thank you, Klaus. You're a Minch. Enough with the thanks. Get me the midwife. Yes. Andreas, you're forgiven. Kaspar... She said go, man. Stop. Kaspar, it was good to have you over, but you both have to leave. Thank you, Klaus. Good luck, Rachel. Thank you. I'll need it. I'll go fetch Agnes. Thank you for joining us, Andreas. Oh my god, man. Just go. I almost forgot you should see the bonfire preparations in the town commons. You missed them on your last visit. Klaus, Jesus Christ, man, just go. I'm going. Go. Thank you. We'll be going. Go. This is like the longest goodbye. Go. Take care. Bye. Jesus Christ. This woman's in labor and they're just like, all right, yeah. All right, let's do the long goodbye. Bye, bye. You first? No, you first. No, you. No, you. Everyone seems to be working hard for the bonfire tonight. The commons look festive, decorated like this. Look at all the flowers, Master, and the bonfire is huge. How's the fire coming? These logs work out all right for you and Andreas? Coming along as expected. Nearly finished with it. It's all in place, Otto. Good, good. All right, everyone, remember, after the bonfire tonight, we celebrate as usual. We will all gather the woods and the women will collect herbs as tradition demands. Otto, the abbot has forbidden harvesting in the forest. Please, for everyone's sake, reconsider your actions. Thank you, Father, but the abbot's orders goes against God's law. The forest belongs to all of us, as do all its game and fowl and fish. We cannot claim ownership over that which the Lord gave us to hold in common. No, I'm sorry, Father. We'll proceed as planned. Tassing has never let anything get in the way of our St. John's customs as long as I can remember. We won't start now. And remember, tomorrow I will show you proof. As sure as the sun turns around the earth, God and our saints are with us. Good day, Andreas. Hello, Brother Voislav. You look upset at Otto's announcement. Is everything all right? Otto is becoming more aggressive in his defiance of the abbot. Father Gurnet will not take this news well. Oh, how could the abbot stop them? He can't exactly chase them all out of the woods himself. Father Abbot knows force is not the only way to get people to behave. How do you think he came to this position? Fair point, but why is the abbot so angry about it? Didn't you just hear Father Thomas, Andreas? The abbot declared the woods off limits. Anyways, it's not for me to say. I'm sure the abbot will tell you more. He sent me with an invitation for you to dine with him tonight. I'm sure the father will want to discuss the situation over supper. Of course I'll attend, but thank you, Brother Voislav. Does the invitation extend to Kaspar as well? I'm sorry, Andreas, but the Father Abbot has asked you to come to his house alone. Phew. Please tell the abbot I'll see him this evening. Juicy. Well, I guess I'll see what all the fuss is about. I'll meet you back at the Golden Hand after dinner, alright? Can I help up with the festival decorations while you're with the abbot? Yes, but be back before sundown, alright? Thank you, Master Maller. I'll see you later. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Karl Anton Werner. Oh, let's take a look at this. Oh my goodness. Bucket over his head. This bonfire is much simpler than the ones in Nuremberg, but it's pretty all the same. And then this is Brigitte. And Till. Oh my gosh, I just noticed this dude is creepy. Okay, let's not waste any time and head to dinner. Oh, the Zimmerman house. I'm excited to see what... We haven't checked out the mill. Let's just go look quickly. Very, very quick peep at the mill. The Mueller house. Oh, still can't go inside that. But I wanted to take a look at the Roman ruins to see if there's anything else. Nope, there's nothing. Well, that was a fun little detour. We'll go to the meadows. We already petted Schlau. We have somewhere to go. A dinner to attend to. And the abbot's house is down here, I believe. Abbott house. Gurnet. God bless you, Andreas. I'm glad to see you received my invitation. I'm sorry. I apologize for the coughing and my voice raspiness. Are you ready to eat? Yes. Good. He's gonna poison me. Andreas, thank you for coming to dinner. I thought you didn't ever want to see me at Cursaw again, Father. What changed? Yes, well, the Lord calls us to forgiveness, even when that might be difficult. I think it's high time we reconciled, Master Maller. Please sit and we'll pray together. Bless us, O Lord, these thy gifts, which we're about to receive from your bounty. Lord, direct each of us here toward your wisdom, prudence, and guidance in our future actions. Through Christ our Lord, amen. Yep, amen. My gosh, this guy dines very well. Brother Voislav was indeed prompt in delivering my message. I'm surprised you deigned drop by at all. You have done quite well for yourself, after all. It's good to see that your time at Cursaw was not squandered. You even look the part of a famous artist now. What have you been doing in recent years after leaving such a mess? Is he just talking to me for my money? My newfound wealth? I have a commission of Mary and Christ waiting for me in Nuremberg. I spent much of my time painting commissions in France and learning from other artists there. Why do you care about my success, Father? I'm simply trying to make conversation, Andreas. Of course, why did you really ask me here, Abbott? Let's not beat around the bush. In truth, I had hoped to discuss the rising tensions between the Abbey and the townspeople. I'd like to clarify the situation for you, Andreas. Please, Abbott, I'm all ears. I'm relieved to hear it. I believe you've only heard from one side of the issue, Andreas. Otto's little speeches about taxes don't account for the entire situation. Why demand such high taxes then, Father? Ooh, I ate something. I don't know what I ate. With the scriptorium closure, the taxes are necessary to make up for the lost income. Ah. Why not ask the bishop for help? Ask the bishop. I have the authority to keep the Abbey running, so I will in the way I see fit. I will not shame the Abbey that way. What? He will rather punish people than put the Abbey at shame? Brother Guy has gone over expenses himself. Raising taxes is the best way to cover these costs. What about the prohibiting the peasants from using the forest? That's a new restriction. Pheasant? Lebkuchen? I don't even know what that is. We'll eat that. Looks like bread. The forest belongs to the Abbey, and the peasants have no right to use it. Legally, that's theft. You're being a pedantic ass. No, it doesn't harm the Abbey to let townsfolk pick up sticks. Such theft deprives the Abbey of its natural resources. Since the Abbey does not produce anything else, it must be able to sustain itself somehow, especially under financial stress. Have you no pity for anyone in Tassing? I am more upset to hear the townsfolk have no pity for us. I hear they will continue their disobedience by collecting herbs on St. John's Eve. The whole town knows I've forbidden it. This guy is a jerk. The matter is grave, and I will excommunicate anyone who defies my order. You would condemn the town over something so petty. That is up to them. I hate this dude so much. Remaining impartial will be impossible as long as you're in town. Support me in ending this foolish rebellion. You have a reputation in town, Andreas. You're a successful man, and the townsfolk believe they are like you. I'd like you to convince the other townsfolk, the printer, for example, that the uprising is not in their best interests. The rest of the town will follow, and the peasants will have no chance to resist. We can end this peacefully. The peasants have genuine grievances. Why not talk to them and negotiate? That seems like that's the peaceful way to do it. I am a forgiving man, but Otto's stubbornness has challenged even me. Otto is past the point of talking, Andreas. That's why I'm begging you for your help in this matter. Please take more time to think about it. I apologize, we must conclude for now. No, I will not help him punish people like that and take advantage of them. I must excuse myself. I'm expected to lead a service at Compline tonight. Think on what we've discussed, Andreas. I trust you can find your way out. I will, Father Abbott. Good night. I can't. They are stepping on the backs of the townsfolk. And I cannot support that. And then ghost. Oh, a star. Was that always like that? Alright, to the commons we go. Ottilia! Oh, girl. Well, well, Andreas the painter. Good to see you too, Ottilia. When did I say it was good to see you? The only reason I remember you is because you bothered me about that rat the Baron. Anyway, no time to talk now, fancy man. It's time to call to the fire. Does St. John's Eve mean a lot to you? The Saint's Eve, right. Odas ans mama perchta. Nus arden quest guaud perti. I don't know what she's saying. De Venus Clementi. Ha 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 ha, whatever. What a witch. I love her. Alright, I'm going to go. Ha ha ha. Enjoy the evening, Andreas. But if you want my advice, stay out of the woods tonight. Ha 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 ha. Whoa. Yeah, she's crazy. I love her. I'm definitely going to the woods. Master Andreas, look at how big the bonfire is. The decorations are so fancy. The St. John's Eve festival is a big event for Tassing. I missed it last time I was here. Have you ever been to a festival like this, Caspar? No, I've never seen anything like this. Can I stay at the bonfire and see the costumes and watch them collect herbs, Master Meller, please? Alright, but follow along and don't get in the way. I'm too tired for the festival. I think I'll just turn in for the night. Yes, I promise I won't make trouble. I'll see you tomorrow, Master Maller. Oh, he's so getting in trouble, and I'm so gonna have to see the consequences of this tomorrow. Andreas, salutations. You must be that illustrious artist. Balthazar Insenkopf. Pleasure to meet you, but call me Baltas, please. It's much more familiar. Master Andreas Maller, pleased to meet you. Yes, you're Maller, we all know. Let's cut the long-winded pleasantries. What brings you to Tassing, Baltas? Balthazar here decided to stay in this godforsaken town for whatever unfathomable reason after his cart broke. It's not unfathomable. I enjoy the calming vistas and the peace and quiet. It has been neither lately. You mean with what Otto and the peasants have been saying? Of course, that's what I meant. What else would I be talking about? You've gotten slow in your old age, Maller. And what is it that you do, Baltus? He's an inventor of sorts. I make all manner of mechanical contraptions. For all the use it is, the mind of the inventor exists to create, to build, to go one step further. One step farther towards the garbage heap. A very inspiring thought, Baltus. Why, thank you, Master Artist. Speaking of, have you had the chance to look around town tonight? I imagine the sights could also be inspiring to your artistic mind. Tassing certainly looks cheerful with the decorations and bonfire. Indeed, look at their peasant ingenuity. Consider the bonfire itself. It's built to allow the air and the heat to flow through it at great speed, and how it roars. It's a clever piece of construction, but Otto is a clever man. It is a feat almost worthy of a university degree. These people have natural traditions. They've managed to figure out many clever things without even the most cursory education. It is knowledge that hails from preceding generations, lived experience passed along the chain of time. Not quite the knowledge of a rigorously educated mind, perhaps, but nonetheless useful. You don't need a university education to be smart. Of course you would say that. Neither of you know these people like I do. God has assigned them their place in the order of the world for good reason. There is some merit in learning from the peasants, even you, Werner, given their understanding of herbal remedies. Their traditions are profane. Consider the Eve of St. John tainted by their pagan rituals. It's an affront to Christ. Saint Eligius warned us against precisely this nearly 1,000 years ago. Where did this newfound piety come from? Don't pretend to know anything about me. I've been on pilgrimage to Aachen. I visited the Marian shrine and stood in the presence of holy relics. Okay, guy. To be in the presence of St. John the Baptist's beheaded cloth was an experience I'll never forget. I'm glad you've had an experience. Your family must be proud. They are. Grand. Now I think it's time we return to the festival. We're here to celebrate. I'll let you continue with your evening then. Good night. A very good night. Oh, and come by my workshop, Master Maller. I would love to exchange ideas. It would be my pleasure. Splendid. Until then, Maller. Check out this bonfire. This bonfire is much simpler than the one in Nuremberg, but it's pretty all the same. Il Peter. Good evening, Andreas. Nice to see you here. Grandpa, look who it is. Hey. Oh, the artist. You're still around? I thought to stay and enjoy the festivities. Pa, you call this a festival? Huh. You haven't seen nothing yet. You're not going to tell the story again, are you? You kids need to learn it by heart, else Perchta will run you down. Ah, is this about the wild hunt? Yes, it draws near. Heed my warning. Grandpa, you're getting agitated again. It's not good for your health. Nonsense, I can outlive any bastard out there. So, where was I? You were about to regale me with a tale about the traditions of these mountains. Pa, no respect for the old ways. You don't have to believe me, this isn't your home. These aren't your customs. Come dark, the White Lady will ride through these wild places, whether you believe in her or not. The masks are to protect us as we banish the witches and spirits into Perchta's path. She punishes all humans she finds in the woods on St. John's Eve, since only witches are out in the wilderness. Anyone caught will be turned into animals, but no one but a priest can turn you back. Oh no, to be brought low to a mere beastly experience. A grim fate. Stay indoors tonight if you want to come outside. Stay within the light of St. John's fire. At least St. Satya blesses the herbs in the forest this night, and the women will gather the herbs regardless of the bastard Abbott. It's certainly important to stockpile some for the winter. Thank you for teaching me more about local traditions. Hey, Big George. You grab some of those ashes with you after the bonfire has died down. Fine. Clever, the ashes will be good for the soil in your garden. You're a smart ass for a city boy, eh? Best we drive the cattle across the ashes too, keeps them from disease. Now that story time is over, how are you enjoying the evening so far, Andreas? I've spoken to a few people here, very enlightening. It's the best time to spend time with your friends. Have you heard anything interesting? Gossip. You two are like that burner in the forest, Smokey. That's the one. Always nosy about other people. I shouldn't bring this up. Yeah, it's been fun to hear what people think about St. John's Eve. Maybe we'll get a few dances as well, eh, Andreas? Oh my. Given how many gorgeous women live in this town, I can't miss out on the chance. And you're kind. And you're the kind who dance with all of them, Andreas. As long as you don't get caught by the husbands, they won't take kindly to that. Well, I shouldn't keep you from the night celebration until later. Let's go to the woods. Yeah. Since we're not allowed in the woods, definitely just immediately go to the woods. This way. You like spazzed out in that intersection there. That indecisiveness. Meadow. Forest. We can go straight to the forest from here. Brother Waislav. Okay, that's the time. Let's go to the waterfalls. Or someone might be in the shrine. Or nobody's at the shrine. But the waterfall, definitely. Someone will be here. No? Did I miss something? Okay, I feel like I missed something. Maybe I'm supposed to go elsewhere? Turn in? Turn in for the evening? Oh, I feel like I never get to do anything at night. All the juicy stuff could happen at night, and I don't get to do any of that. So I guess I'll turn in like the old man that I am. Alright, to bed I go. And going to sleep. It's getting late. Should get my some rest. Alright, let's go to sleep. While everyone else is having a fun party. I wonder if I could have danced with someone. Too late now. It's dream time. Ooh, a different maze. Oh, this is a long way through. Oh. My goodness, my mind is a beautiful symmetrical shape. So organized. Compared to before, it was like a very grid-like city. This is kind of like very, very roundabout. Hello, Sabine. What is it? What? Come home. I will soon. You're lying. Sometimes I think you must despise me, but maybe it's worse than that. Maybe I've nothing to be regarded at all. What am I to you now? An annoyance? A bother? A nuisance to be ignored while you lead another life in Paris? Oh gosh, the music cut out. Was there ever an ounce of love in your heart for me? Of course there was, but no longer. I hate talking to you when you're like this. I don't want to say that. That's rude. Say nothing. Fine. Go back to your whores, the women who make you happy. The house is so lonely without him. Stop. Your presence will only amplify the grief. Stop. Leave me alone. Leave me alone with the memory of him. Stop. Just leave me alone, just for one night. One night where I don't have to dream about him. Please. Thank you. I'm assuming we had a child then? Oh my gosh, it's so awkward when the music cut out like that. Sorry. While I'm recording these, I'm kind of like recording them in between, you know, doing stuff and working. Oh, August. This is a child. Andreas is... Hello, August. What am I supposed to do? Just wait here with you? I suppose I can do that. Just pass the night in silence with you. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything for you. I wonder what happened to him. Oh, the plague. I'm supposed there's not much one can do against the plague. Do you get tired where you are? The last time I saw you, I said goodnight to you. I couldn't come to the bed, so I stood in the doorway, just stood in the dark. You didn't say anything, so I said it again. I don't know how long I stood there, just waiting for you to say goodnight. This is really sad. You still look the same age to me. I wonder if I'll ever forget your face. Do you remember your mother? She is? Ah, I remember loving her. Can you ever picture someone clearly if you love them? I loved you, little boy. I loved you so much. Sometimes I wish I could die so I wouldn't feel it anymore. But I can't. So I retrace my steps every night, and I find my way back to her. Back to you. I love you, Augustus. Good night. That is really heartbreaking. Gosh, his mind is a maze. Come on. Come on. Get in there. What happened to this place? Where's Prester John? Where are Socrates and Saint Grobian? Grobian wasn't on the ship of fools. Melancholia? Won't you answer me? No thoughts for Beatrice? You are Beatrice, aren't you? Once, I was a voice of caution, of prudence. And now? More and less than caution, the ache of doubt that stiffens to paralysis, paralysis that breeds despair. Melancholia. What happened to you? What happened to you happens to us. The foundations of the city are still moored within the ocean of your mind. Its court does not rule your mind rules the court. Once reason, curiosity, and foolishness of your youth dwelt Under the aegis of your intellect, I am all that remains, the melancholy of life's autumn. But it's only June. Wit can't save you from your own mind, Andreas. What can? A course other than the one you have already run. Another course. I'm 33. I have a wife, a workshop, clients across the empire, and it's brought you here, Andreas Mahler. What am I supposed to do about it now? Change your life. Wait, I shouldn't be here. I need to help someone. Is Caspar all right? Ah, so your thoughts aren't entirely turned inward. There's still something in you that cares for others in spite of your melancholy. Perhaps there's still hope for us. Wake up, Andreas. Caspar's in trouble. St. John's Eve. Act 5. Find Caspar. And this is where we will leave it. What a cliffhanger, I know, but I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I'm just gonna rest my voice a little, rest myself, and I'll get the other episodes up and running soon. Take care, everyone. See you soon.